Hey everybody, it's Matt Mayoko at NBC Sports Bay Area bringing you a video update for the day. Hopefully, I'll be getting this beanie, or some people call it a do-rag, off here in very short order, as I'm still kind of bandaged up here with my left ear. But for today's video, I want to talk about these final three games for the 49ers and who needs to show a little something more or step up or confirm the good play that they've already been showing. It's kind of a jumping off point, a building block, a stepping stone for the 2025 season. So we'll get into those players, mostly young players, but also one veteran that his importance to the team now, I think, is kind of magnified. And just seeing him out on the field, you realize how much of a game changer he really is. But first, this video is brought to you by Canyon Club Brewery in Moraga, California. It's kind of off the beaten path a little bit, but it's worth the trip out there. If you're ever in Moraga, stop by Canyon Club, tell them Matt sent you, and enjoy from their wide selections of beer styles as well as menu items. And it's also coming soon to the Livery in Danville, Canyon Club Brewery. Check it out. I'll alert you whenever that Danville operation is up and running. Okay, so the 49ers obviously out, their season not over, but basically kind of over. 6-8. They still had three games remaining against Miami, against Detroit, against Arizona. So nothing else. They're kind of put into that role of spoiler. And I do think, Nick Bosa said this on Monday that he feels like there is some momentum to be gained for next year. That's, I guess that's debatable a little bit. There are those who say there's no such thing as momentum in football, from play to play, as well as from obviously one season to the next. I do think, though, that it is important for some of these guys, some of the young guys, to kind of solidify their spot. And then also just the confidence that comes with that and everything else. And so the number one guy for me that kind of needs to get something moving in a positive direction into 2025 is Ricky Pearsall. Obviously, the 49ers first round draft pick, and he started off so well. And you wouldn't necessarily have thought that he would start off so well, considering he missed a lot of training camp due to first a hamstring injury. He missed the first 4 days due to a hamstring injury. And then he had a shoulder subluxation that knocked him out for a couple weeks. And then right when he was getting back fully cleared, the gunshot incident occurred where he got shot through the chest, out basically the armpit, and he missed the first 6 games of the season. But he started off very well, including that game against Tampa Bay, which probably will hold up unless the 49ers do something in week 17 against the Lions. That game might hold up as the 49ers' best victory of the season. But here it is. Ricky Pearsall has now appeared in 8 games with 2 starts, total 13 catches, 153 yards. That's an 11.8 yards per reception with the one touchdown. However, in his last 5 games, he went 3 games without a reception at all. But in his last 5 games, only 2 catches, 21 yards. So with so much uncertainty with the 49ers wide receiver position, what about Brandon Ayuk? When's he going to be healthy? Deebo Samuel, will he be on the team? And if he is on the team, what's his play going to look like? Um, it's Ricky Pearsall who needs to kind of step up. And you know that what Juwan Jennings brings to the table. Now it's time for Ricky Pearsall to really establish that chemistry with Brock Purdy. I've seen it. I think he's capable of it. I think he's going to be a good receiver in the NFL, but he needs to show it. And, as I've said also, with so many things working against him this season, let's just kind of slough off his rookie year. But now's the time. 3 games left in the season. It would be good for the 49ers. It would be good for Pearsall to show some of those flashes and put up a couple of good games as the 49ers go here. Okay, so in no particular order, let's go with Jalen Moore. Jalen Moore has stepped in for Trent Williams and played very well. The problem for the 49ers is he is scheduled to be an unrestricted free agent. So Is he playing so well that he's going to price himself out of the 49ers market? Will a team look at him with the game film that he's put up there? I didn't see Trent Williams on the practice field, by the way, on Monday. So I don't know that he'll be available for this upcoming game either, which means another start for Jalen Moore. I think he's played very well. So will there be a starting job out there for him somewhere in the NFL? Could the 49ers bring him back and try maybe move him inside to guard? Or do they just keep him at swing tackle? Or do they want him in case the with Trent Williams? You know, Trent Williams is getting up there in age. Do you want him to be the heir apparent at left tackle? So Jalen Moore, a guy who it's incumbent upon him to finish the season strong and set himself up for a long-term NFL future. I'm also going to go with, um, well, Renardo Green is a good one. Renardo Green will be a starter next year. I don't think the 49ers can re-sign Charvarius Ward. You know that Diamador Lenore is going to be a starter, and Renardo Green, the rookie second round draft pick, he's played very well this season. But so many times we've seen a rookie play well, finish the season strong, and then maybe feel like, I got this, subconsciously, of course, and then come back the next year and not be as good. It's really important that Renardo Green get it in his mind to finish this season strong, play well, and then attack the offseason like he's just trying to win a roster spot, like he's an undrafted rookie trying to impress the team and do all the right things, because Renardo Green is going to be a huge part of this defense next season. Let's go with D Winters. D Winters kind of leads me into somebody else that I'm going to talk about last, but D Winters is a guy that has shown flashes. More than likely will have a very prominent role, or a more prominent role next season for the 49ers. Let's see how he kind of fits into that mix and how the 49ers linebacker situation shakes out. But D Winters is somebody that had a good offseason. Hasn't necessarily carried it into the regular season, but now with Devondre Campbell out of the picture, and he might have some more opportunities to finish this season strong. And if nothing else, at least add to the depth at the 49ers linebacker position heading into next year, or perhaps be a starter and earn that spot as a starter for the 2025 season. Also want to talk about Isaac Guerendo. A guy that the 49ers really like. They traded up for him to select him in the fourth round of the draft. He has shown the traits the 49ers like out of their running back: the ability to run between the tackles, the speed to get outside, but also the route running in the hands. Remember now, he was a wide receiver in high school, was recruited as a wide receiver, and it wasn't until he got to the University of Wisconsin that he was converted to running back. Now he's getting that opportunity to play running back, and so he does have an opportunity to move up the depth chart for next season. Jordan Mason is scheduled to be a restricted free agent. Isaac Guerendo is under contract for next season and 2 years after that. So this is an opportunity for Guerendo to show that he can be the full-time backup behind Christian McCaffrey. And then the number one guy, and by the way, I did, we talked a little bit about the defense on my last video, Nick Bosa, talking about how he feels like, this is a lot of growth happened with that defense this season. You look at the defensive line, and even growth happened with the veterans. Malik Collins right now has tied his career high for sacks in a season. His career high was 5. He has 5 right now. Leonard Floyd, what Bosa said was that Leonard Floyd is somebody who, from where he was early in the season when the 49ers faced the Rams to where he is now, it's night and day, and his run defense is so much better. But Leonard Floyd right now has 8.5 sacks for the season. His career high is 10.5 sacks. So learning the nuances, the fundamentals, the techniques of this defense, he has really come on strong. And then also Yetur Gross-Matos, his career high leading into this season was 4.5 sacks. He's at 4 sacks right now, including 3 sacks in one game, and he got the NFC Defense Player of the Week. So the 49ers are getting more production out of their veterans. And that kind of leads me to believe that there's a very strong chance that Nick Sorensen will be back as the 49ers defensive coordinator. The 49ers right now defensively rank third in the NFL in total defense. That's yards allowed per game. Of course, they're not as good in the red zone for the course of the season. They're not as good on third downs as they have been, but just the yardage allowed. And, there's a lot that goes into it, but I haven't heard anybody in the building. I mean, I guess there was some stuff, kind of um, stuff earlier about the preparation and maybe seeing some looks they hadn't prepared for. But it sounds like Nick Sorensen is getting better and better and kind of getting more comfortable in that role of the defensive coordinator. So at this point, honestly, I think I would be a little bit surprised if Kyle Shanahan moved on from him after just one season and basically would be bringing in a fourth different defensive coordinator in 4 seasons. So I think the 49ers are going to stick with Sorensen, but still 3 games left. So he's one of those guys for these final 3 games, I think will be important too as well. And circle that game against the Detroit Lions week 17 because of the 49ers defense plays well in that game. It really could be a springboard to next season. And then the number one guy that I'm looking at as far as what he can do the rest of the season is Dre Greenlaw. It's staying healthy. It's showing that kind of spark that he brings to the defense. And just the thing that stood out in talking to several guys in the locker room on Monday was just how important D Dre Greenlaw is to this defense and how he's viewed on this defense and how the 49ers just felt like he brought this energy and this kind of indescribable um, passion, aggression, mindset to the defense. And it showed. The 49ers probably had their best defensive game. Well, I would say without question, had their best defensive game against the Rams on Thursday night. Keeping them out of the end zone, holding them to 4 field goals. And this was a Rams offense that scored 44 points just 4 days earlier against the Buffalo Bills. It's a Rams offense that features Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. Cooper Kupp held without a catch in that game. And Dre Greenlaw really had a big impact in the first half of that game. 30 snaps he played, 8 tackles, and then once he left the lineup, the Rams could get their run game going a little bit and control the game, control the clock. So Dre Greenlaw finishing the season strong is kind of uh, it would be kind of a double-edged sword for the 49ers because they know what they got in Dre Greenlaw. They want to retain him regardless of what he shows in the final 3 games of the season. But if he plays so well, will there be another team that's willing to go out there and lure him with a bigger contract? My thought is that Dre Greenlaw has proven to be far more valuable to the 49ers than he would any other team, so that the 49ers need to resign him. I think John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, Nick Sorensen, everybody understands what he brings to the table. And so just him finishing the season strong, though, I think would create a lot of excitement inside the building about where the defense is heading for 2025. So Dre Greenlaw, final 3 games of the season, stay healthy, play well, and kind of create that mindset that shows that maybe the 49ers, they might be playing out the string, but that they still have the juice that can lead to a bounce back season in 2025. So those are some guys to watch in the final 3 games of the regular season. Obviously, a disappointing season for the 49ers, but now it's kind of using these final games as a springboard to some decisions in the offseason, where they want to go at certain positions, where they want to bolster, where they want to, subtract guys, all that, and then try to run it back in 2025. All right. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like, a comment, And that is it for now.